this team, you don't want to make excuses, but is there any way that this break is coming at the right time for you guys, considering the way the last two games played?
I don't know. Not for me. I'd rather play another game tomorrow night. But the break's here. The break's here. We lick our wounds, and when we get back to work, we get back to work and try to get things straightened out.
That second period, it seemed like everything that could go wrong did.
Yeah, it was a funky second period, that's for sure. I thought we had a good first period. You got to make your puck luck. We had a lot of luck, and a lot of it was bad in that second period. But we just got to reset ourselves here and try to find our way.
They get 4 goals. You guys have given up a few of those periods this year. Is that a little alarming, a little disturbing, that trend? Not a trend, but I think it was the 5th time this year.
Through the struggles you have, if you lose in hockey games, I think a lot of things are disturbing for coaches. I'm not sure how many times we've given up 4 goals in a period. Is it 5 times? Yeah, that's scary. But I'm looking at just our team's psyche. You know, we just have to, you keep your head down, you keep your mouth shut, you work at your game, and just try to find your way through this. And that's what we're going to do.
Johnson, bad luck in the second period for sure, but I learned a little bit how your game tends to get away from you when things start to bounce that way. In other words, individual performance rather than team performance. You just kind of drift away from who you are maybe as an identity when bad luck happens.
I'm not sure what you're saying.
Well, just in the second period. I mean.
Yeah, there was a lot of, we're having problems killing penalties, but there was some funky things that went on there, and I don't blame Bob in any of those goals. But that's just the way it's been going for us. I think in Toronto, and quite honestly, it happened the other night too, when they score a goal, or excuse me, when Nudie turns the puck over the other night, they get 2 chances, and we lose ourselves there. Harry rims one, it's a turnover, they get a chance there. Z gets beat out of the corner from Eichel. It all happens in a 7-minute type section of that first period against Buff. So yeah, it mounts up on you, and that's the momentum. We've got to try to stop the momentum by simplifying, maybe not getting any offense, but just defending the proper way and not getting hurt again. Yeah, we've gone through a number of situations like that, and it's not always when it's goals scored on you. It's just momentum swings that happen to you. So yeah, it's a situation that we have to dig in here and just go about our business and try to be better as an individual and be better as a team. That includes the coaches too. Trying to get some of these guys going that aren't going. Maybe looking at some different things to try to help them. That's something we have to have a little bit of self-talk too as we go through this break and try to figure out how to straighten ourselves out.
John, not so much just tonight, but you just mentioned you look at the team's psyche. Overall, where is your feeling on that? Where is your read on the team there right now?
Well, I thought we were good coming into the game. And I thought we had a good first period. Like I told them after the first period, we have to kill this penalty off. Because it's just, and the way it happened, it hits a couple of skates, and then we just can't get the momentum back on us, back for ourselves. So I thought it was really important tonight for us to try to get that second goal. Vancouver, you know, they've lost some games this year, but they hang around, and they've got some people that can score some goals. And I thought it was really important for us to get a couple of goal lead, and killing that penalty was very important to us, and we didn't get it done.
George, speaking of guys who need to get going, Boone has really put in a lot of work here in the last couple nights. I wonder if you could assess where he is and how close you think he might be coming out of the break, given the work he's put in the last 2 nights.
Yeah, he has 6 shots tonight. I think 6 hits. Wins some faceoffs. I think he was 9, 10, and 6 on faceoffs. Does all the things. Hits the guy in the head at the end of the game. We're trying to get closer with the 3rd goal. I thought he's worked very hard. He just hasn't been rewarded. So he's just got to keep on working at his game. We never have to worry about effort with him, and just hope something good happens for him. So I actually liked that line. I actually liked Sedlak, Calvi, and Nick. They had some chances too. I thought Luke's line was a little bit out of gas. But yeah, so we're not going to get down. There's no sense of, there's no magic potion. There's no sense of pissing and moaning. We're not going to see each other for a few days. You know, if that's good or bad, I don't know. It's when we come back to work, we got to come back to work and try to find a way to solidify ourselves and get some consistency within our game.
I think in the last 2 games, you guys have hit the post like 6 or 7 times. Do you factor that into when you're looking at these games, assessing them, the fact that you're like inches away from changing the game?
Yeah, you got to be careful though too with that. You know, the moral victories and you know, it's bad luck, and you got to be really careful with that. I assess the game very honestly when I watch it. I think, and I approach my team that way after I watch it. But you just have to be really careful to. Yeah, you start thinking about shoulda, coulda, woulda, and these moral victories. I don't think you get yourself out of the hole. I think you got to eat it, you got to own it, and try to find a way to get yourself right. That's as an individual player, that's as an individual coach, and then you bring it into a team concept. There's a ton of hockey to be played here, and we can't lose ourselves. We just have to try to find some grounding, and try to get better.
Jack was under 14 minutes last night. Played a little bit more tonight. What's his role in the back end? How much has that changed for you, and how much do you sort of miss that stability?
I thought Jack had some good minutes tonight. Yeah, we just call him as we see him. Shawzy's running the bench there as far as the back end. He makes the call as far as where he thinks they sit. I think it has been a inconsistent year for Jack. But you know, like I met with Jack before the game. If we're going to have any sniff at all to play extra games after regular season hockey, he has to be part of it. We know that. He has to be part of it. And I believe he can be. I have so much respect for him because I know he's such a great competitor. I think he'll find his way. I thought he took a step in the right direction tonight. We tried to give him more ice tonight. It's easy to complain and be mad and show him video, but you have to give him an opportunity to answer too. So we're going to give Jack an opportunity here because I think he's that important to us in the second half of this season. Okay, thank you.